This video tells you how to register on Status's HR database for contract work opportunities. Type in the website address www.statssa.gov.za/HR and click enter. This takes you to the page with the advert. Please read through the advert carefully so that you know what we're looking for, and then go back to the link and click on it. This now takes you through to the registration page. Please remember that even if you've registered before, this is a completely new database, so you have to register again. To register, click on the register button in the corner. Complete all of the information, your surname, first name, ID number, cell number, and email address if you have it, and then set up a password for yourself. The password must be a minimum of 8 letters and can be a combination of letters and numbers. You will then type in the security code that is shown at the top here and click on Next. You will then be taken to the address page, which allows you to tell us where you live so that when you are given work, we can allocate you to an area close to where you stay. If you stay in an urban area, for example, Centurion, this should be fairly simple. In the search location box, type in your address, for example, 368 Susan Street, Verde Park, and as you type, Google will see if it can find this address. Once it has, click on the address, and if you move to the bottom, you'll see that the address is now in the address box, and we have a latitude and longitude which locates your house. If you live in a village, however, or in a non-urban area, this might be a bit more difficult. For example, if we search for nobody, which we know is in Limpopo, and click on locate, it says that it was unable to find it. In a case like this, we suggest that you try the name of the next closest village, for example, Khamutiba. If we type in Khamutiba, it finds it. If you click on it, it will then move the map to this area. Now, you can move the pin around to where you live. So, say for example, you live close to Mamashlo Primary School, you could move the pin to that location, click on the satellite. You can also use the plus and minus to zoom in and out of the map. So you can zoom into the map and then place the arrow on top of your house. We will now have an address and latitude and longitude location for you. If you can't locate your house, you can also put the arrow on your closest landmark. Once you are happy that the address is as close to correct as possible, you can then click on Next. You will now be asked to upload proof of residence. This could be an affidavit, account letter, tribal authority letter, lease agreement, municipality bill, or something else. Click on the type of proof of address you are going to upload, for example, an account letter. Then click on Choose File. This will take you to the search box. We suggest that you save your documents onto the desktop to make it easier for you to find. You can then go and choose the file that you want to upload. It then appears in the file name box. Click on Open. The file then appears in the Choose File box, which means it's been uploaded, and you can then click on Next. Now, the files you upload cannot be bigger than 3 megabytes. So, If your file is bigger than 3 megabytes, you will have to find a way to make it smaller and then re-upload it. Click on Next. This page now asks for some of your personal information. As you can see, some of the information that you typed in when you registered is now part of this page. You'll see that some of the boxes are grayed out and cannot be typed in. This is because if you do not have a disability, for example, then you don't need to tell us your type of disability. If you do have a disability, the type of disability box becomes active and you can then type in it. Please make sure that you use the drop-down menus to complete all of the required information. Give us an alternative contact number so that in case your cell phone gets lost or stolen, we can still get hold of you. If you have been convicted of a criminal offense, please indicate this here. Specify the type of offense. If you have been exempted or cleared from this offense, please say yes. And then using the Choose File button, once again go and upload the clearance certificate. If you have a criminal case pending against you, please say so. Please indicate if you have a valid driver's license. If yes, please let us know what year you obtained your license and also the driver's license code. Once you have completed all of this information, click on Next. We now need to know some information about your education. Please let us know if you are in possession of a matric certificate or an equivalent. If yes, please type in the name of your school and also the year in which you matriculated. You can use the scroll bar on the right to scroll down. We also need to know what subjects you passed in matric and at what level or what symbol you received for them. So please complete this information fully, and you can use the scroll bar on the left to move down and find the relevant subjects. Please indicate if you are computer literate and if you have any type of tertiary qualification, what type of tertiary qualification you obtained, and click on Next. We also need to know what languages you speak. So we ask you for your home language. You'll see that your home language will match the box that says home language, and we do ask for your proficiency in English as well. You need to indicate how well you read, write, and speak these languages. You'll see that all 11 official languages are listed. If, however, you speak another language, for example, French, you click on Other. There's a little box that appears below that. Type in the language that you speak and also indicate how well you read, write, and speak this. Once this is completed, please click on Next. We also need to know what sort of work experience you have. If you have, please indicate if you have ever worked at Statusay before. Even if this has been short-term contract posts, you can count them up and see how many years you've worked for us in total. For example, if you've had 4 short-term contracts of 4 months each, that would be 16 months, which is 1 to 2 years. We also want to know if you have any other work experience. Maybe you had a casual job somewhere while you were studying and you worked for 2 to 3 years. If you have a SARS tax number, you can complete this year. If not, it's not necessary. We also need to know if you have field work If you have experience in specific areas, such as have you ever done field work? Have you ever done data capturing? Have you ever done any sort of administrative work or general work? Or if you've held a supervisory position. If you are currently employed, we need to know if your employment is permanent, casual, or contract. We also need to know if you run your own business or are a director or shareholder of a company conducting any business as a sole proprietor. If you say no, you'll see that these areas are still grayed out. If you say yes, you become active. You can then specify your business name and whether or not your company does business with any government institutions or municipalities. Click on Next. You are now on the last page. Please review all of the information. If you discover that something is incorrect, for example, perhaps you actually wrote 6 matric subjects, but as you can see, there are only 4 here, you can click on Edit. This will take you back to that particular page. You can then say Update your information and click on Next. This will then take you to the following pages, but if that information is correct, you can simply click on Next. Once you have affirmed that all of the information that you have given is indeed correct, go all the way down to the bottom of the page. Please read through the final declaration carefully and note that if any of the information that you're given is incorrect, this will disqualify you from work opportunities at StatsSA. You also give us consent to use or share your personal information for recruitment purposes. If you are in agreement with this, click on the I agree button and then click on Submit. Congratulations! You have now registered on the StatsSA database and you will receive an SMS confirming this. Going forward, if you need to change anything on the database, you can simply log in with your ID number and the password that you set up and make the relevant changes. Thank you.